What turns a broken economy into a European leader? In 1989, Poland's economy lay in ruins. Empty shelves, runaway inflation, a nation exhausted by decades under communist rule. That year, inflation hit 600%. Ordinary Poles queued for hours just to buy bread, sugar and gasoline. Then came a gamble, the Balsawicz Plan, a sudden leap from central planning straight into a free market economy. Prices were freed overnight. State subsidies vanished. Millions of workers faced years of pain before any real recovery. But something remarkable followed. Poland's economy has grown by over 220% in real terms since then. By the early 2000s, Poland stood at a crossroads again, this time knocking on the door of the European Union. In 2004, Poland joined the EU alongside 9 other nations, the largest enlargement in the Union's history. Skeptics warned of factory closures and mass emigration. Instead, billions of euros in structural funds began flowing in. That money rebuilt roads, railways and airports, turning patchwork post-Soviet infrastructure into modern European transport network. Gained tariff-free access to 500 million consumers. Exports of goods and services nearly quadrupled within 2 decades. Foreign factories arrived, drawn by skilled, affordable labor. Poland became a manufacturing hub at the heart of Europe. Then, in 2008, disaster struck the world. A global financial crisis dragged nearly every European economy into recession. Every economy except one. Poland was the only country in the entire European Union to avoid recession that year. Economists nicknamed it the Green Island, a lone patch of growth on a continent drowning in economic contraction. A flexible currency, a large domestic market, and cautious banking regulation had shielded Poland where others fell. The growth did not stop there. Year after year, Poland kept climbing, quietly closing the gap with the West. In 2004, Poland's income per person stood at just half the European Union average. By 2023, that number had climbed to 80%, one of the fastest convergences ever recorded inside the EU. Unemployment tells the same story. In the 1990s, it soared past 20% in some regions. Today, Poland's unemployment rate sits below 3%, among the very lowest anywhere in the European Union. In 25, Poland's economy crossed a symbolic line. Gross domestic product surpassed $1 trillion. That makes Poland the largest economy in Central Europe and one of the biggest across the entire continent. According to European Commission forecasts, Poland is now the fastest growing large economy anywhere in the European Union. Only tiny Ireland and Malta grew faster, and neither carries anywhere near Poland's population or industrial weight. Warsaw's skyline tells the visual story. Glass towers rising where communist-era apartment blocks once dominated the horizon. Cities like Krakow, Wrocław and Gdansk have become magnets for technology companies, startups and international investment. While Poland built factories, it also began building energy independence, starting deep offshore in the Baltic Sea. In 2025, investors committed to over 5 gigawatts of new offshore wind capacity, the country's largest energy projects ever. Wind farms like Baltic Power and Baltic 2 and 3 will eventually generate power for millions of Polish homes. Yet behind every statistic stands something harder to measure, the choices ordinary Poles made when war returned to their border. In February 22, Russia invaded Ukraine, and within weeks nearly 1.5 million refugees crossed into Poland. 70% of Polish households offered help of some kind: shelter, food, rides from the border, a spare room. It was not the first time. Poles have faced invasion and occupation again and again across their own history. That memory shaped the response. Poland launched a new digital residence system within months, the EU's first fully digital permit for refugees. It gave people instant access to healthcare and public services, pairing grassroots solidarity with real technological support. None of this was inevitable. It took 35 years of hard reform, painful adjustment, and relentless rebuilding. From breadlines in 1989 to a trillion-dollar economy today, Poland's transformation is one of Europe's great untold stories. It raises a question worth asking about every struggling economy. What separates a nation that stagnates from one that leaps forward? In our next episode, we travel to the opposite story, a nation still searching for its own economic breakthrough. If stories like this are your kind of thing, hit subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from.